What is auto start-stop in manual transmission? How does it works? Components. Frequently asked questions. What is auto start-stop in manual transmission? Basically, start-stop shuts down the engine whilst the vehicle is stationary. In manual cars, this also happens when the car is in neutral. When the driver is ready to set off, it will start again usually after the clutch has been pressed. How does it works? On a manual transmission vehicle, stop-start is activated as follows. Stop at traffic signal jam. Switch to neutral. Release the clutch pedal. Engine stop after 10 seconds. Cluster indicator on. Clearance of signal jam. Press the clutch pedal. Engine restarts. Cluster indicator off. Start to drive. Components. Linear clutch sensor. The driver is deciding when to engagement or disengage the clutch through a clutch pedal position sensor, but the actuation of the clutch is controlled by an electrical or hydraulic actuator, clutch-by-wire systems, based on the position of a clutch pedal, with position sensor, or function of the control signals sent independently by an electronic control module. The linear sensor provides a continuous measurement of the pedal position. This linear detection informs the stop-start system that the driver is starting to depress the clutch, thus creating a start-of-travel signal that is used to authorize an engine start, provided that all other necessary conditions are met. The linear clutch sensor also provides an end-of-travel signal. Neutral position sensor. Neutral position sensor measures gear level position inside manual transmissions for start-stop applications. The neutral sensor and permanent magnet allow the engine control unit to recognize the gearbox, shift lever neutral position, idle. The neutral sensor detects the change in the magnet's position based on a shift in the magnetic field. The change is registered by the neutral sensor's electronic processing circuit and then relayed to the engine control unit. Brake vacuum sensor. The brake booster is equipped with a vacuum sensor to help ensure that adequate brake application force will remain available under all conditions. Its purpose is to monitor the amount of vacuum present in the brake booster, sending a message to your car's onboard computer when more vacuum pressure is needed. If your car is unable to obtain a sufficient vacuum level, the sensor will activate a warning light on your dashboard and store a fault code in your car's computer. Brake vacuum sensor. As in all servo-assisted brake systems, when the motor is stopped, no vacuum is applied to the servo mechanism. The brake system design usually incorporates a vacuum reserve, but if the brake pedal is repeatedly actuated during an automatic engine stop situation, that vacuum reserve may be depleted. To avoid this, a brake circuit vacuum sensor has been installed. If the vacuum levels drop during an automatic stop, which could compromise the servo assistance to the brake pedal, the stop-start system will intervene, as long as it is safe, and start the engine. The sensor is mounted near the servo, physically wired to the engine control module, ECM. Frequently asked questions. How does start-stop work in manual cars? Basically, stop-start shuts down the engine whilst the vehicle is stationary. In manual cars, this also happens when the car is in neutral. When the driver is ready to set off, it will start again usually after the clutch has been pressed. In automatic motors the system is a lot easier to use. Is auto start-stop bad for engine? Stop-start systems aren't as potentially damaging as cold starts, though, simply because the engine isn't cold. Not only are the engines at operating temperature before the stop-start system begins to work, the vehicles also use electric water pumps to maintain optimal engine temperature when they're stopped. Can a transmission stop a car from starting? Certainly. Automatic and manual transmissions for decades have had what is called a neutral safety switch, which disables the capability of the car to start while in gear. On older transmissions these were mechanical, and as such could wear and break, disconnecting the vehicle's starting circuit even in park or neutral. Do I need a special battery for stop-start? Start-stop systems require a battery with modern technology, because normal starter batteries are not designed to meet the higher demands of these vehicles. The architecture of the electrical system in modern vehicles requires a compatible battery technology in order to function properly and reliably. How much fuel does start, stop save? Auto start-stop technology automatically shuts off the engine when the vehicle comes to a full stop and idles for more than a few seconds. Once the driver puts pressure on the accelerator, then the engine turns back on. It's simple, and some say it can save between 3 to 5% of gas in stop-and-go traffic.